Alright, we're in a very special cemetery today. We're in Rommelskirk in Lower Teesdale. Used to be really North Yorkshire. Rommelskirk Cemetery. A little bit of information about it there. Let's have a look around. Looks quite gothic. Beautiful, beautiful summer glade. Some lovely trees. Sun is shining. And a couple of interesting gravestones to look at. Should imagine quite a lot of them will be covered in lichen around here. That's pretty much unreadable. Joseph Watson Coutard of Hunterthwaite, who died April the 6th, 1918, aged 74 years. Also, that's White Valley. That's nice, a little tree stump with a love heart or a heart. Interesting. Yeah, wonky gravestone. Elizabeth Walton in her 70th year. Wow, that's a gothic. It's a beautiful place to be buried, that's for sure. Richard all lichen. You can argue all you want. Wow, this is gorgeous. So peaceful as well. Could hear a pin drop in the cemetery, apart from leaves blowing in the trees. The old gravestones mixed in with the new. Some of these are really ancient. Well, look at that, that's quaint. Like a family section. Someone's got a nice little bird table there with a pine cone in it. Like a little bit for ashes. So don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. A huge family grave. It's unusual, isn't it, Helen? Oh, a little broken gravestone. That's interesting. What a beautiful little cemetery, and what a view down the valley. Now, I've been to bigger cemeteries and more larger Victorian, more Gothic cemeteries than this. But I'm here for a really, really special person today. And it's this lady's grave over here. I'll just zoom in a little bit. Yeah, this lady, she first hit our TV screens in 1971 in a Yorkshire Television documentary, The Hard Life, which covered her single-handedly running a farm on her own because her parents and her uncle had died. And by the age of 30 or 35 she was running a farm high up in the North Yorkshire Dales on her own. There you go. In loving memory of Hannah Bales Tallentire Hauxwell, 1926 to 2018. Anyway, Yorkshire Television first made A Hard Life, which shared the programme documentary with another farmer on a hilltop not far from her. But Hannah stood out. She was something special about her. So after she made that first, which was pretty much a pilot programme really, and then they moved on to film just Hannah on her own. The first documentary in 1973 was amazing. You know, I was a kid when I sat at home and watched it in the days when British TV only had 3 channels. Yeah, Hannah Hauxwell, she'd raised 1 cow a year, and she'd only earn from say £250 to £280 a year on that cow, and then she'd survive in the harshest conditions in a farmhouse, Low Burke Hat Farm, I believe it was. She had no running water, no electric, no nothing. She had to walk down to a reservoir to wash her clothes. She had to break water in a muddy puddle really to drink water in the winter, break ice. And then yeah, she's really lived a really harsh and meagre life, raising just 1 cow, taking it to market every year. And she was happy doing that. You know, she had no money. She basically had any money, she had to live on the harshest of in the harshest of environments, spending most of her money on fuel, just enough basic food to live on, vet's bills for her cows, cow fodder for the cows in winter, you know, and she survived. She was happy surviving that way. She once said, if there's no money in your pocket, no one can take it. And she lived a good Christian life as well. And she went on to make quite a lot of TV programmes. You know, the next TV programme was 77, Hannah's Trip to Town, or Hannah Goes to Town, where she got invited to the Ladies Institute of the Year, sort of like a Women of Distinction function, and she was a guest of honour. She met royalty, and even royalty were humbled to meet her. And then after that she carried on, she made another documentary, A Winter Too Far, or A Winter Too Many rather, and then she, this is in 1989 where she finally reached a tether. You know, she was getting old, she had arthritis, she was struggling, and she just didn't want another winter. So Yorkshire Television made a final documentary of her at the farm, and she moved down the road into a little hamlet type, village type thing, into a cottage, and she lived there for a few years up until she died. She made one really good other documentary, Hannah Hauxwell, An Innocent Abroad, where Yorkshire Television took her around the world to see sites that she never dreamt of seeing. Now, she hardly left a farm, never mind travel the world. No, and she couldn't believe that she was lucky enough to be in a position where she could. After she made Hannah Hauxwell, An Innocent Abroad, she sort of like went into semi-retirement, but she did a lot of functions. She gave a lot of money to charity. She generally went on to live a quiet life, really, or a butterfly. And then in 2018 she passed away after living a wonderful life, and such a powerful, strong individual lady to go through the conditions she went through after her family died in the farmhouse, which were built for the Hauxwells by a great grandfather. Only the Hauxwells lived in the farm up until she sold it, and here she lies, and may she rest in peace in this beautiful part of the world, in this beautiful cemetery. Anyway, that's a little bit about Hannah Hauxwell. We'll stick our little yellow rose in there. And we're a brave, strong lady, and an amazing woman to watch. All the documentaries are on YouTube. Go watch them. Just type in Hannah Hauxwell TV series, and you'll see why I think she's such a wonderful woman. And what a beautiful woman with a beautiful smile. Rest in peace, Hannah Hauxwell. A Dales woman through and through until the end.